Now, let us understand why BatchApex. Why BatchApex? I want to update all the opportunities. I want to fetch all the opportunities which are close to 1 and change their close date. Okay, close date equal to today. Fetch all the opportunities whose stage name is close to 1, set close date equal to today. Then how many records are there? When I wrote a SQL query, I got 45,000 records. And I want to update 45,000 records. But as per the Salesforce, how many records can be modified within a transaction? 10,000. But how many records I want to modify? 45,000. I want to reassign all the opportunities to a user called Karthik. Opportunities which are lost, I want to reassign all these opportunities to Karthik. There are 75,000 records whose stage name is close to lost. Then it is what? 70,000 records. But as per the Salesforce, how many records I can modify? I can only modify 10,000 records in a transaction. So when there is a governing limits problem, when you are working with a larger set of data, then what will happen? When you are working with a larger set of data, there is always a possibility of hitting the governing limits. When you are working with a larger set of data, always there is a possibility of hitting the governing limits. There is always a possibility of hitting the governing limits. When there is a possibility of hitting the governing limits, then we are going to use BatchApex. When you are working with a larger set of data, there is a possibility of hitting the governing limits. As there is a possibility of hitting the governing limits, we will go with what? We will go with the BatchApex. When you go with the BatchApex, what is the advantage we are going to get? When you go with the BatchApex, what is the advantage we are going to get? BatchApex will break the operation into number of sub-operations, run the operation parallel. So whatever the operation you want to perform, whatever the job you want to perform, that is broken into number of batches. Look at this. What the BatchApex will do? This is the job what I want to perform. There are 1,000 account records here. My record is fetch all the opportunities of these 1,000 records and reassign to Karthik. When it says 1,000 accounts, each account may have 2 opportunities, 10 opportunities, 1,000 opportunities. I am not sure. I told fetch all the opportunities of these accounts, reassign to Karthik. When I am running together, I am getting 45,000 records. So it is throwing an error. That is the reason what the people have done. They took the operation. They broke the operation into number of batches. The job is broken down into number of batches. They broke the job into number of batches. The job is broken down into 4 batches, where each batch will have 250 records. Now basically you are supposed to work with 1,000 records. But what I am doing, instead of working with 1,000 records, I am breaking them into 4 batches, where each batch will have 250 records. So what I am doing, breaking the job into number of batches, and running the batches parallel. If you run 1,000 records at a time, how many SQL queries I can write? How many DMLs I can write? And how many records I can make in DML? But now I broke them into number of batches. All the 4 batches will run independently. When all the 4 batches are running independently on this batch, how many SQLs are going to be there? How many DMLs? Because they are broken down into independent operations and running parallel. So every batch will have 100 SQL queries, 150 DML, and again this batch also will have. If you run together, all of them is having 100 SQL. If you break them into number of batches, every batch is having 100 SQL, 150 DML. Are you clear? Now what is the advantage? When you break them, every operation will have fresh set of coding bits. If you are running the entire operation as a single operation will have 100 SQL, 150 DML, 10,000. When you break it into 4 batches, run all the 4 batches parallelly, every batch will have 100 SQL, 150 DML, 10,000. That is how the governing limits problem will be solved. So what the BatchApex will do? What the BatchApex will do? It will break the operation into number of batches, run all the batches parallel. Once all the batches are completed, then whatever the final operation you want to do it in the. So this is the BatchApex. So how the BatchApex is running? Break the operation into number of batches, run all the batches parallelly. Once everything is completed, then finally perform the finish operation. Are you clear? This is the concept of batch, which will resolve the issue of governing limits. Which will resolve the issue of governing limits. Am I clear? People are followed? Am I clear with this? People are followed? Sure. Then, how do you implement programmatically? Now, this is the overall typical story. But how do you implement this functionality in Apex? If you want any Apex class to run like a BatchApex, if you want any Apex class to run like a BatchApex, then the class has to implement an interface. If you want any class to run like a batch, then the class has to implement an interface. What is the interface? Database dot batchable interface. What is the interface? Database dot batchable interface. If you want an Apex class to run like a BatchApex, the class has to implement an interface called database dot batchable interface. If a class is implementing an interface, it has to define all the methods of interface. Am I right? If a class is implementing an interface, class has to define all the methods of interface. Yesterday we have seen interface with methods. Now, what are the methods that are there in this interface? There are three methods. Start method, execute method, start method, execute method, finish method. How many methods are there? Three methods. Start method, execute method, finish method. Database dot batchable interface has three methods. Start, execute, finish. What is the purpose of the start method? When you say start method, this will be automatically invoked when we run the batch. When you run the BatchApex, automatically start method will be defined. Then what the start method will do? It will fetch all the records on which you want to perform the operation. The records on which you want to run the logic, the records are fetched by the start method. It will fetch all the records on which operation should be performed. Right. Then it will break the data into number of batches based on batches. So what the start method is doing? When you execute a BatchApex, first the start method will automatically be called. It will automatically call start method. Start method will fetch all the records on which you want to perform the operation, break them into number of batches. But what is the advantage of the start method? When it is start method, it can look at the point. Syntax, let me give you syntax. When it is syntax, what is the syntax of it? Global database dot query locator or iterable this is the syntax. Global database dot query locator or iterable. So when do you go for this query locator? When do you go for this iterable? If you want to fetch the records using a query, you want to write a sample query, get the records. The records on which you want to perform the operation, those records you want to fetch by writing a sample query. You want to write a sample query, go to the database, get the data and split them into number of batches. The data on which you want to perform the operation, is fetched using a SQL query. How are you getting the data? You are writing a SQL query and getting the data on which you want to perform the operation. Then I will use the database.query locator. Now, generally when you write a SQL query, how many records will come? 50,000 records. But if I write a same SQL query in the BatchApex, it will give you 50 million records. If you go with a regular method, SQL query if I write, how many records they are going to give? 50,000 records. But the same thing if I implement using a BatchApex, in the start method if I write a SQL query, 50 billion records are going to be fetched. What it is doing? Breaking the governing limits. Breaking the governing limits. So when do you use query locator? When we want to fetch the records by writing a simple SQL query. Then we use database. Now, if you write a SQL query, right? If you use database.query locator, it can return 50 billion records. How many records it can return? 50 billion records. If you use database.query locator, it can return 15 billion records. Then when do you use the other one? What is the other one? Iterable. When do you use iterable? If you want to write a complex logic, write some wrappers, write some logics. If you want to implement a complex logic, you are not fetching the data from database. You are implementing some logic and getting some records. The records you want to pass to the BatchApex. Then I will go for what? Iterable. When do you use iterable? If you want to implement some complex logic and return list of records, then we use it. Now, in the iterable, if you write a SQL query, in the iterable is going to give you a list of records. So, in the iterable, you are writing some logic. You are implementing some logic and giving you records. In the iterable, if you write a SQL query in the iterable, it will return 50,000 records. If you want to write some logic, you are writing some logic in the iterable, and giving a list of records. When you write a logic, in that logic, if there is any SQL query, it can give you maximum how many records? 50,000. So iterable will give you how many records? 50,000 records. Generally, we are using a BatchApex for what? To work with a larger set of data. That's the reason generally we go with the query locator. You get the point? When you want to write a simple query, get the data, query locator. You want to implement some complex logic, implement a logic, then return a list of record, iterable. So what is the purpose of start method? Tell me. Start method will be automatically required when you execute a batch. It will fetch all the records, break them into number of batches. Then, how many records you can support? It can support how many records? It can support 50 billion records. Then we have execute. Now, you fetch the data, broke them into number of batches. Now, you need to implement a logic, right? So, logic what you want to implement, that is defined in the execute. Logic what you want to implement, that is defined in the execute. So, what is the purpose of the execute method? Start method will invoke logic that need to be implemented. In the batch will be defined. logic that need to be implemented in the BatchApex is defined in the execute method. Whatever the logic that you want to write, that is defined within a execute method. Whatever the logic that you want to write, that is defined within a execute method. Whatever the logic that you want to write, that is defined within a execute method. Then, how many times the execute method is called? On every batch, one execute. You told break them into number of batches. How many batches are there? 4 batches. So how many executes are going to run? 4 executes. On every batch, one execute. On these 250 records, execute is running. Where are these 250 records? Those 250 records are going to be in the scope. So let us see. Execute method. Number of times based on execute method will be called number of times based on number of, what is the syntax? Global void database dot batchable context. When it is scope, what is the scope? Currently on this record execute is running. These 250 records are in the scope. When I say scope, in the scope what are they? Currently on this batch the execute is running. These 250 records are in the scope. Currently on this batch the operation is running. These 250 records are in the scope. Currently on this batch the records are okay. On this batch the operation is running. So these 250 records are in the scope. The current set of data on which the execute is running, those records are in the scope. Are you clear? So what is there in the execute? Business logic. Right. Next. So once all the batches are completed, finish is called post batch operation. Once all the batches are completed, I want to send an email. Then write it in the finish method. So what is defined here? Post batch operation. The finish, what is defined? Post will be defined. Post batch operations are defined in the finish method. What is the syntax that we have? Global void this is what we are doing. Right now, people are clear? So how many methods are there? Start, execute, finish. What is the purpose of start? Fetch the records. Execute, fetch the records, break. Execute, business logic. Final post operation is the finish. I hope you are clear. Okay. Overall, let us see this syntactical part of class. Example class. Global class. Implements. Global class implements. Global class, batch it, some class name. Global class name, implements database dot batch. Then I have to give global database dot relocator start. Now what is this database dot batchable context? It is an interface which contains a method called get job ID. The current job on which this start is running. If they want to find out in the start method, if they want to know for which job they are running, bc dot get job. In the execute method, they want to know for which batch they are running, bc dot. So batchable context is an interface which contains a method called get job ID, get change job ID. Right. Done. I wrote something like select name phone from is available. Then execute method global void execute database dot batchable context. What is the list of records? Vintage other right minimum. Now what we are taking database dot execute batchable context list of account. Because I wrote a query on account, I have taken account. What is the final method we have? Global void this. If you want to write any logic, what will you do? Global database dot query locator start. I wrote a query and giving a list of records. Execute after breaking them the list of records batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Job is broken into number of batches. Now on batch 1 execute 1, batch 2 execute 2, batch 3 execute 3. On the batch 1, what all the records are there? There in the scope. How do you perform the operation? For account A, scope, taking one by one record from the scope, then updating. A dot phone equal to update. In the finish method, if you want to write any post logic, you can give it. Simply I want to give here system dot some method. People have followed this syntax. So what is the syntax? Class name, implements, database dot batchable. S object, because I don't know which object on which you are going to run. Start, execute, finish. Start, execute, finish. Start, execute, and finish. People have followed this syntax. Only syntax I have given. People have followed. Let us try out one syntax. How to create a BatchApex. Once you created a BatchApex, how you want to execute? Create a BatchApex and execute the BatchApex. Look at the format. I am implementing a BatchApex. New Apex class. That's example. Class has to be what? Class implements. Database dot batch. Then we have global database dot batch. Then we need to fetch all the records. How are you fetching all the records? How you are fetching all the records? So let us say I have a requirement of fetching all the account records, whose industry is energy, and updating their ownership as public. I want to fetch all the account records, update their ownership as public. So how do you get all the records? Database dot get fetch all the records. Then we need to go with execute method. Global void batchable context. Right. Then what I'm going to take? Come again? Extra. Okay. Okay. Then take one by one record. Then how you take it? A dot ownership equal to A dot ownership equal to public. Then update. Then Then go to the finish method, global void. This is how I created. Some BatchApex I created, start method, execute method, finish method. If you want to execute this, now it may be one-time execution, it may be recursive execution. You may want this operation to be recursively executed on every Saturday, on every first week of the month, or you may want to execute it only one time. It depends upon the context. Now, if you want to execute, how do you execute? First, create an object for the class. What is the name of the class? Batches. Create an object for the class. Create an object for the class which implemented a batchable interface. Then, ID, job ID equal to database dot execute. How are you executing? Database dot execute batch. Database dot execute batch. What is the object? Pass the object of the class which implemented database dot batchable interface. Database dot execute. Database dot execute batch. Object of the class which implemented database dot batch. Then give the size. If I don't give the size, by default it will take 200. When it want to break into number of batches, in each batch how many records will be there? You have to tell it. If you don't mention the size, by default it will take 200. If you don't mention the size, by default it will take as what? 200. If you mention the size, it should be between 1 to 2000. Minimum size is 1, maximum size is 2000. Minimum size is 1, maximum size is 2000. If you mention the size, it will take the size. Okay. If you mention the size, it will take the size. If you don't mention, it will take default size. What is the default size? 200. What is the default size? Execute. Then I told you, any asynchronous of the runs, that will be registered with the BatchApex job. Is it giving the job ID? It is giving a job ID. So what I can do? I can write a query on BatchApex job object, find out the status. Execute. Now, first, let me go to account and say how many records are there in account. How many records are there? 17 records are there. 17 I give batch size equal to 5. So there should be 4 batches. They should be divided into 4 batches. Setup, monitor, we have jobs, episodes. So how many batches do we have? The operation is broken down into 4 batches and all the 4 batches are running independently. Are you clear about this? How do you execute? Database.execute batch, size of the object of the class and the size of the batch. What is the default size? 200. Minimum size 1. Maximum size 2000. People are clear with this? People are clear? Okay. Now let us understand the theme. The syntax of writing the BatchApex is clear. Execution order is clear. Everyone is comfortable with this? Right. Now, we look at these points. Database. Get. Select name from account. So previously, how many account records are there? There are 70 records, right? There are 70 records. Understand the theme? Batchable context. Now I'm taking for account A. Now I told size equal to size plus count equal to global void Right, boss? If there are 17 records, right? I am going to break them into 4 batches. If the state is transferred from one batch to another batch, another execute, then what happened? Total count should be 70. Am I right? I told 1 equal to 1 plus 1. 5 batches, right? 4 batches we said. 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 70. If the state is not transferred, 0 to 5, 0 to 5, 0 to 5, 0 to 5, again 0. If every execute is taken at count equal to 0, 0 to 5, second one also 0 to 5, third one also 0 to 5, fourth one 0 again. If the state is not transferred, count equal to 0. If state is transferred, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 70. If the count is not implemented, state is not transferred. If count is not implemented, state is not transferred. Count is implemented, state is transferred. Am I right? The change made in one execute, if they are coming to second execute, count is 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. If it is not transferred, again 0 plus 5. Again 0 plus 5. 0 plus 3. 0 plus 0. Let me execute. How do you execute it? I hope you understood the meaning of state of the data. State of the data transferred between execute. Changes made in one execute. On the data, if you make any changes, they are going to be transferred to next execute or not is the question. If they are transferred, state of the data is maintained. Not transferred, state of the data is not. Go to A4. So what is the value we got here? Count equal to 0, size equal to 0. So that means by default, changes made in one execute will not be reflected to another execute. By default, changes made in one execute will not be reflected to another execute. So is the state of the data is transferred? The changes made in one execute will not be coming to the second execute because everything is running differently. But according to my business, I want the state of the data to be transferred. I want to find out total amount of revenue generated by opportunities. I want to sum up all the opportunity amount. There are 20,000 opportunities. I want to sum up all the opportunities. Then it is not transferred. Then what do we do? If you want the state of the data to be transferred, then we are going to implement one more interface called database dot. Simply the same program, but I implemented one more interface. Same program, one extra interface is implemented. What is it? Database dot stateful. Now run it again. By default, when you implement a BatchApex, state of the data will not be transferred from one execute to another execute. But if you implement database dot stateful, the changes made in one execute will be transferred to another execute. How the data need to be transferred from one execute to another execute? If you want the state of the data to be transferred from one execute to another execute, then what is the interface we have to implement? Database dot stateful. Now look at the point. Count equal to 90. But why is the size equal to 0? Count is 90, but size is not 90. Because when you implement a database dot stateful interface, only the state of the non-static variable is transferred. If the variable is a non-static variable, then only the data will be transferred from one execute to another execute. If it is a static, the state of the data will not be transferred. State of the data will be transferred for which variables? Only non-static. Look at the point. Count is non-static, size is. So even if you implement the database dot stateful, state of the static variables are not maintained. So whenever we implement a database dot stateful interface, the changes made on one execute will be transferred to or reflected to another execute. The changes which are made by one execute method, if you want them to be reflected in the other execute method, then we have to implement database dot stateful interface. By default, it is not transferred. State of the data is not transferred from one execute to another execute. But if you have a business requirement where the state needs to be transferred, we have to implement database dot stateful interface. When you implement this, state of the non-static variable is maintained. Static variable is not maintained. But here one more question. Can a class implement more than one interface? Because already we have class implements database.batchable interface. Then I wrote one more interface. Class can implement n number of interfaces. One class can implement n number of interfaces. Are you clear? Are you clear? Then immediately, tell me one scenario where actually we are going to use this. Tell me one scenario where you are using this. Let us say, I want to fetch all the opportunities which are not progressing, group them according to the manager. Fetch all the opportunities which are not progressing from last 45 days. From last 45 days, whichever the opportunities are not progressing, get me those opportunities, group them according to the manager. Then, I got 30,000 opportunities. Now, all the opportunities of Satish, are they going to be in single batch? When I got 20,000 records, first 5 opportunities belong to Satish. From 1,001, 1,002 records belong to Satish. 20,000, okay, 19,002, 19,004 belongs to Satish. 15,001, 15,002 records belongs to Satish. That means all the records of Satish are not in a single batch. When you fetch 20,000 records, all my opportunities are not in first 200. They are in first batch, some of them are in 7th batch, some of them are in 10th batch. But you want to get all the records of Satish in one set. So what should you do? In the first batch, what all the records that are there, you take it, add them to second batch. Second batch, what all the records are there, add them to list. Third batch, add them to list. Fourth batch, add them to list. That means the data should be transferred from one execute to another execute. Then only I get final list of records which are owned by me. That's the reason I'm going for what? Stateful. Again I repeat, BatchApex. Why are you going for a BatchApex? In the Salesforce we have a governing limits issue. What is the governing limits issue? What is the governing limits? To maintain the multi-tenant architecture, Salesforce is implementing governing limits. Limitations on every functionality. Name some of the limits. Number of soft calls within a transaction, 100. Number of soft calls within a asynchronous transaction, 200. Number of DMLs, 150. DML statements. Number of records on which we can make a DML, 10,000 records. Number of future methods within a transaction, 50. Number of tuple jobs within a transaction, 50. Number of records that will be written by the software query, 50,000 records. Number of web services that you can write within a transaction, 100. Like these limitations are there. But when you are working with a larger set of data, there is a possibility that the limitations may be throwing an error. Because of the limitation, we may be getting an error. To overthrow this limitation, we are going for a BatchApex. How the BatchApex will be solving this? It is going to break the operation to number of batches. Every batch will have a fresh set of boarding bits. To achieve the class like a BatchApex, what should I do? Implements database.batchable. Any class which implements database.batchable interface, it has to define 3 methods. What are the 3 methods? Start, execute, finish. What is the purpose of start? Fetch the records. How many records? 50 million records. When do you go for query locator? When you want to write a query and get the records, query locator. How many records? 50 million. If you go for iterable, writing a logic and returning the records. How many records can be written by the subcall in the iterable? 50,000 records again. Execute method. How many execute methods will run? Depends upon number of batches. Now, what is the purpose of execute? Business logic is written in the execute. Then what is the finish? Post batch operation. Once everything is completed, it is defined in the finish. Right. How many executes will run? Depends upon number of batches. Right. What is the database.batchable context? It contains it is an interface which contains 2 methods. What are the methods? Get job ID, get change job ID. While executing the execute, if you want to know the ID of the job, vc.get job ID. Right. Now, how do you execute the batch? Database.execute batch. I will take job object of the class, comma, size. What is the default size? 200. Minimum 1. Maximum 200. Now, I took a size called 200 running. When I took a size called 200 running it is throwing a governing limits exception again. When I am running the batch also, it is throwing a governing limits. Then what should I do? Reduce the size of the batch. When you take 200 records, it is throwing exception. Take 150 records. Still throwing exception, take 100 records. Still throwing, take 50 records. Still throwing, take 1 record. Are you getting my point? When you are running the BatchApex also, still if you are getting the cloud events, reduce the size of the batch. Okay. Then we are going further. Is the state of the data is transferred? No. It is not transferred. State of the data means what? Changes made in one execute, are they reflected in another execute? No. They are not reflected. If you want to reflect, what should you do? Database.stateful interface. Can a class implement more than one interface? Yes. This is what we have done. We will continue the topic tomorrow. I hope till now